Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing this spring set. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how I shape my nails. I already did the application off camera, but when you're doing your shaping you want to make sure you have an 80/80 grit nail file, because an 80/80 grit nail file always leave you with a crispy shape. When you're shaping, you want to make sure you file underneath the nail and then file the sides. It's going to be pretty easy to shape the nail once your application is on point. The more better your application is, the less filing and drilling you have to do. If you are a beginner, I recommend that you perfect your application so it doesn't take you so long to do nails. You see how I'm making sure I pull the skin back as I'm filing? You want to make sure you do that so that way you don't cut your client. And the more you're able to pull the acrylic away from the skin, it's going to be easy to file, and without you having any fear of you cutting your client. Do not overfile the nail. So you want to make sure you're moving from side to side. You're not staying too long on one side, making one side thinner than the other side. So you got to make sure you keep your shape, that square shape, without overfiling it and making sure it's very straight. Pull that skin back. You see all that extra acrylic that's underneath there? I have to make sure I remove all of that. And I'm doing it by just putting the nail file sideways. If you notice, look, pay very close attention. To drill the nails down, I'm going to be using my fine bit from Pana, and I love this bit. This is one of my favorite ones, my go-to. The thing is about using the drill, don't be afraid. If you're afraid, then you will cut your client. Try to relax and think about it as using a nail file. It's really not that scary. The only scary part about it, well, for me, was getting around the cuticle area. But when you have a bit like this, you can get around the cuticle area very easily without cutting your client. Even though I use my nail file, I still go around the edges to make sure my side walls and everything is even and it's no acrylic stuck underneath the nail. So if you notice, when I'm filing, well, when I'm using the drill, I go up the nail and then go around and go all the way around the cuticle area and do the same thing on the opposite side. But instead of going up, I go down. You have to make sure that you have a smooth surface, so it's no lumps, no bumps, take down any acrylic that looks like it's too much acrylic there. That's what you want to look for. Any acrylic that's making the nail look like it's too thick, and make sure you get around the edges and around the cuticle area so it can look very flush. So for this nail, I did put too much clear acrylic on this one, which caused the nail to look very bulky, and it didn't look the same as the other ones. But I do take my time on this nail just to make sure it blends correctly with the other ones. So that's just me debulking the nails, and that's why you have to make sure your application is on point, because now I have to spend more time on this nail than all the rest of them. But as a nail tech, you have to make sure you know when your application is wrong or when you're wrong, period. You have to make sure you fix your mistakes, or if you don't like something or your client don't like something, you have to make sure you fix whatever it is. I was not going to leave my client with a big nail like this. I personally don't like when my applications come out like that. But, you know, I guess I was doing too much talking instead of me focusing on me doing my application. Now that I'm able to fix my mistakes and know how to fix my mistakes, but when I was a beginner, I had to learn that I had to stop running my mouth with my clients and talking all the time, because I was making mistakes every time I'm sitting here talking instead of working. So I recommend, as a beginner, until you get the hang of it, until you like 6 months in, 7-8 months in of doing nails, just try to do less talking with your client so you can really focus on your application, focus on shaping, focus on designs and encapsulation and stuff like that. Just really focus on your nails and your craft and perfecting your craft before you just keep on talking to your clients and getting distracted. Before you move on to your next hand, always look back at the nails. Make sure everything is even. Make sure everything is smooth. Rub on the nail, feel it, and make sure it's a smooth application, smooth surface. I really need to get me a nail dust collector, because all this dust that just be flying everywhere. I love doing nails, but this is the least part that I like to do. I hate when all this dust is everywhere. Like, it just be so annoying. So I just need to really invest in getting me a nail dust collector. So using the sanding bit after everything is optional. I personally like to use a sanding bit after I'm done, just because I just want to make sure it's super smooth and flat and even. Everything is nice and even. You can just go ahead and go in with your buffer, but to me personally, I just like using the sanding bit. But some people use a sanding bit and then they still do go in with a a buffer, but I do that sometimes. It just depends on how the nails look. I am a little out of frame and I'm sorry, but you guys get the point. I'm just literally using my sanding bit just to smooth out the nails. And I go in with this cuticle bit just to make sure my cuticle looks very flush. I like my nails to look very natural when it comes to around the cuticle area. So y'all know I do not know how to do 3D flowers. So I brought these 3D flowers from Amazon, and to glue them on, of course, I use my Macart rhinestone glue. Y'all already know I love this glue. It's going to keep your 3D charms on. It's going to keep your bling. Anything is going to stay on. Before I end this video, I just want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel. We are at 330 subscribers, and that's big for me. So thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to leave a comment on what should be my next video. Bye.